You ain't in the end zone, you in the Ren zone.
You know what time it is? Real deal stepper. It's Marquis, Deuce, Lucas, number 2.
I want the stadium status. On me, this that shit gotta have it. I'm OT on the roof, I've been slapping. And lately, I've been feeling fantastic. This that guy body banging, I'm the man, I'm just saying. And the wide body bands, backseat, I been laying. And I've been drinking too much to recollect what you're saying. I sip ambition from the cup that turn my shit that I can. 808 service on my shit, take a sip. Have a seed at my altar, I can bless you and your friend. I'm tryna reach another comma, gotta do this for my kin. So you can keep me up the drama, take your problems to the chin. Keep that record, man. Move your body back. Ain't no dinner day, but you call, I'm on the way, man. Get a little active when it's liquor in my system. At least you on that level with the money always makes sense.
Boom, man. Welcome to RenZoneTV, man. Inside the Hash, episode 1, bro. Just remember, man, if you ain't in the end zone, you in the Ren zone, man. Today's first guest, man. The first one is going to be a special one, man. Before we get into that, though, make sure y'all comment, like, subscribe. The RenZoneTV. We got the Renzlaughz channel, and we got the Renzlaughzgaming. All the links going to be in the bio. Nonetheless, let's get to it, man. Today's guest, man, we got class of 2026. We got 6'2", 215, back-to-back Division II Player of the Year, 3-time All-City, 3-time All-State, first team All-Metro, which are the top players in the state of Ohio. The holder of the most rushing touchdowns in a single game record with 6 rushing touchdowns. The myth, the legend, the QB1 of Walnut Ridge High School, Marquis, a.k.a. Deuce Lucas. What's up, my boy?
What's poppin'? What's poppin'? So with y'all, man.
How you feeling, man? You just got out of practice, ain't you? He a hooper too, y'all. So I'm a casual basketball dude. I'm a casual basketball fan. I do watch it though, but he's definitely a hooper. 1,000 points, first team in that, back-to-back, this your final. In the basketball, 3 in a row. So y'all put on for basketball, too.
You about to go for a 3P tomorrow.
Oh, yeah, stay tuned. Who y'all play?
Centennial rematch. I had 51 on them my career high the first time.
This is an athlete. I need to just change the QB1. It just needs the ATH.
ATH, man.
All right, man, let's get into it, bro. So we're going to get into the upcoming before we get into when everybody start catching on to you. Just what was like a little bit of your upcoming. You from Columbus, born and raised?
Yep, Columbus, born and raised.
All right, tell me about like a little bit of your come up. Like, how'd you know that like football was a sport for you?
Let's put it like this. Football always been good since I was little. My grandma first put me in it when I was like 3, so I had to sign a waiver to first play. Had on the big helmet, big shoulder pads. Feel me? So, but my family always said I'll be good, so I always trained and worked at it. But actually, football was never my first love. It was wrestling. I always wrestled since I was a little kid. Yeah, I was.
We talking about real wrestling people, not Randy Orton. He was really slamming people.
Really slamming people. I was the number 1 wrestler in the nation for some years.
Oh yeah.
I dropped it, picked it back up my freshman year in high school late. like towards the end of basketball season on some board tip and made it to the state and placed in the state, top 8 in the state, and with like only like
Oh
6 matches.
okay. What has
Yeah,
you get into
yeah.
the? So did you always play quarterback like in little league? What or did that come along like in high school?
So I always kind of was the quarterback, always the guy that
Quarterback.
touched the ball every play. So I played for my uncle and stuff was my coach for a few years. Played for my kind of my family my whole life in little league growing up. I'm a Raider baby, Mock
Okay.
Road baby, Britnell
Okay.
baby. So you know,
Yeah. Okay.
then grew up in the you feel me. Then grew up in the trenches. You feel me. Then been there. But I feel like football was always a way out. Sports was always
Hmm.
my piece.
I
You
was
know,
just
it's a lot
about
of
to.
violence and stuff in the city. Yeah, so football was kind of like my way out. Sports been my way out.
I was just about to say that because anybody that's not from Columbus, I'm born and raised in Columbus too. I'm from the north side of Columbus, and that's gonna lead me to the question I was gonna ask. Just like I'm sure it was a lot of moments like growing up, just like a lot of just violence and a bunch of shit, like keeping your head on straight. You use football for basically like that outlet.
Yup.
Uh,
Uh, definitely. A couple of times. I lost one of my closest friends when I was younger. Lost one of my closest friends when I was like 9, 10 years old. Always look back on that like I know he'd be proud of me right now. Like we was teammates. We was everything. So losing him back then, always my motivation was to play for the fallen ones, the people that love me the most
for
that then
sure,
passed
that's
away. So
fire.
that kind of been my motivation.
That's fire. That was your chip in your shirt put on for them, and I'm sure they happy for you, bro, for sure, cause you definitely putting on.
Oh, yeah.
So we're gonna fast forward. So your freshman year, you started at Linden High School, right? So you wasn't at Ridge. You started at Linden freshman year.
Yeah, I started at Linden freshman year. Yeah, started at Linden my freshman year. Came late into the season, like week 6. Started kind of playing. People knew who I was from just me being good in little league and me being a star. Who I was, but like everybody was like, "Oh, that's the real question." Is the real question from little league to high school is they gonna be
Okay.
good in high school?
Yeah,
So
that's
my
when
first
all
four
the
games,
that's when all the participation trophies stop. That's when all the everybody gets some
uh-huh,
playing time. That's when you good, you play, you not. Sure to God.
and that's I think I played week 6. We played Beechcroft. I end up playing running back. Our starting quarterback got hurt and our younger quarterback went in, so they needed to play a running back. I only practiced for a day. They put me in. I had over like 150 rushing yards. Uh, I had over 150 rushing yards, like 30 passing yards. I played a little bit of everything that game. We ended up losing, but that was kind of the game I put myself on the map. So I ended up finishing the season with like 900 rushing yards. I played running back the whole season, the whole
Whole
rest of the
season.
4 games.
So no QB
Yep, I
snaps at
had
all freshman year.
uh last game of the regular season, last 2 games of the regular season, we played West. I mean, we played East and we played Weststone, and I played quarterback in them 2 games and had like a total of, like 9 touchdowns.
Okay, that's
Yeah,
fire.
like
That's
nine
fire.
touchdowns.
So what was the process of you like getting to Ridge? How was that process? What did that look like getting there?
Everybody asks me that. Look, everybody asks me that. That's so crazy. Shout out my boy Dom. Shout out my boy LJ.
Okay.
So and shout out my boy Lil and Dion. We was all on the game one day, and I
Mm-hmm.
had just moved out east. It's towards the end of the school year. I just moved out east. My home school is Walnut Ridge, so I was already planning on leaving
Okay.
Linden anyway.
Okay.
So my one of my closest guys I grew up with, Dom, he was the star player there at the time in basketball, averaging 30 points, everything. And then they ended up getting a transfer named LJ from Mifflin. He was also a Northsider. Me and him grew up together, played on the same AAU team and everything.
Okay.
And then my teammate Dion, he was a freshman coming in, one of the best players in the country at the time coming in, and it was all like, yeah, let's. I'm
Oh
like, yeah, Ridge,
yeah,
my
they
home.
said we need you.
He like, yeah, I talked to Coach Chuck. I talked to Coach Chuck. He like, we'd love to have you. So I started doing 5 a.m. workouts, and then I never knew nothing about the football team for real yet. So I ended up doing 5 a.m. workouts. Then I got into the school and enrolled and everything. Then I started going to football practice, and the football team wasn't really too promising. But then that's when I met. My boy Lee Sean, he wasn't the best, but he was really like one of them ones. I can see it in his face, like he was gonna be one of them ones. So I definitely started off sophomore year in football with him. Finally got the Reds first game of the season. We ain't they ain't won a game in like 3 years or so. Like they ain't won like a game in like 2 3 years or something. And I came in new quarterback, everything. Won the first game of the regular season.
Crazy.
So they was really like really high hope. We ended up going like 3-7 that season, but I made the playoffs with them for the first time since 2019.
That was a
So that
big
was really
jump. So just
that
probably the
was really a
jump.
big jump.
I'm sorry.
Yep, really.
And I was gonna say so probably the oh, what did the difference look like in the locker room? Probably from when you said they weren't, because I'm familiar with Ridge. Not to jump into, I did go to Ridge. I ain't graduated to Ridge, but they did have a little slump, like a little minute. So I'm sure it was a lot of things like from your senior year now, from like when you first went in that locker room, like the culture changed, like it was
Yeah.
a lot of things had to change, like probably within the the beat, because y'all ain't do too much. Once you got behind the center, y'all ain't do too much losing after that, bro.
Yeah, when I got behind the wheel, come on, I'm Mr. Do It All, what they call me. I'm Mr.
For
Do It All.
sure. So boom, and you went.
When
You still went. You got all state. Since every year you was there, you was all state. So the numbers didn't lie. The improvement definitely showed. Was when you first came, who was the coach?
Coach Daniels was our head coach at the time.
Okay.
He had just got there. I mean, no, he had been there for some years, but I had just got there. So I had my 1 year with him. Nice, good little year. Built some chemistry with some players. That's when me and Lee Sean became uh, first close. Me and him both got all state and stuff that year. So
And
we
that's why
knew, and
receiver
we was only
one,
our both
right?
sophomores. Yeah, number one. And then I had
Uh,
another teammate. He was all right. I had a few more teammates. They was all right, but that team kind of was more built on younger guys, so not really as much seniors. So we knew deep
okay.
down, deep in the world, we was gonna be a good team.
Yeah, y'all gonna grow with
So,
each other.
so us being only sophomores around that time, we got a new coach going into junior year.
Boom.
Had Coach Rob, one of my favorite guys.
So going into that, so fast forwarding to the senior season, about a couple weeks before the season, Coach Rob resigned. Not getting into any details of the situation of why he resigned, but I do know he was a big leader for y'all. That was probably that was. How did you feel in that moment finding out that news? That had to be a big that had to be a big shock for you and the guys. I'm sure.
Yeah, it was a big shock for me and the guys, but it was more of a toll on me because I was his starting quarterback.
Hmm.
Like Coach Rob was like a dad figure to me on the team. Like me and him talked about everything. It could be on and off the field. Like I can trust him with anything. So
Yeah.
me and his bond was
And
like
that's a great
unbreakable.
coach.
So
Somebody to connect on and off, man. Because at the end of the day, y'all young men, bro, and they help. You feel me? Being that figure.
yeah, and like with him being he'll come get me for practice and everything. So us being a chemistry we had and us going 10-0 the previous season, doing something only one other team did at Ridge, we kind of was like, okay, we got something here. And I was only a junior at the time. I got player of the year, so we knew we
Yeah.
had something coming back. So me not having him, not me finding out he's not going to be our coach, like really like 2 3 weeks before the game, kind of like threw our whole team like for kind of a loop. We was getting some new transfers in our senior year. We picked up two kids from Bishop Harley. We
Hmm.
had some kids from South. We picked up some hitters. So senior year, we kind of was our first 3 games was rocky. We did
And I'm
lose our
sure that's
first
a team
three.
he helped. I'm sure that's a team he had a lot of help in doing around that for him to leave was
Oh yeah,
that's
shout out Coach
crazy, man.
At. Yeah, shout out Coach At because Coach At stepped up with like a week, but he was already our DC the year before, so he kind of knew our team. But him being
Okay.
a head coach for the first time was like a learning experience for all of us. And like how he told me, Coach At always told me he's gonna a game. If you lose a game, it's always gonna be on the head coach first, then the quarterback.
Hmm.
When you win, the whole team get praise. So get praise. So it's like he always told me like it's either me and him gonna stick together or it ain't gonna work. So Coach AT, I always give him his props because he definitely coached us up well to win a city again, go undefeated in the city. We lost our first three getting rocky. We played some OCC teams, some out of conference games, got a little rocky. We got in the city league. We won our first round playoff game on a team we lost to the year before. I feel like we had a good season. I got player of the year once again. I
Back to
feel like my
back player
senior
of the year,
season,
right?
yeah, back to back division player of the year. So I feel like my senior season was more on, or I feel like more on communication and us being together.
Yeah, for sure. Stepping back because I got ahead of myself. You brought me back saying that undefeated season because that was y'all were making a lot of noise your junior year, that 10-0. What did that season? What was that? That was a magical season. What did that season look like? Quarterback one
Uh,
POV. What was that, man? A lot of
POV of that season. Let me give you a little short rundown of that season. So when Rob first got there, I personally didn't know he got there until like towards the end of the school year.
And then
He
so
didn't
did
co-
they
he
tell
didn't come.
you? Did they tell you his? So this where I'm gonna feel old, man. And he damn near family. The Wheelwrights, my family, brother. I'm class of 2017. I remember. I can say I remember when Rob was that guy at Bridge when he got that Wisconsin offer and all that. So I was gonna say, did
Mm.
you know? Did they let you know like, oh, okay, this guy coming in, he previous, or did he tell you like, look me up, like did you learn that, or did somebody
So this the
inform you
background.
about that?
I tell everybody this on how me and him first met. So I never like really knew him or nothing, but I played against him. He was the East offensive coordinator my freshman year while I was at East, they
Okay,
had a hard time with me that year. So I was running up
so he
on him
knew
down him. He
about you.
remembered. So he showed up in my class. He came. He didn't come to see nobody else. He wasn't the. He just became the coach. Literally 10 minutes after he became the coach, he came and showed up in my class personally. And he looked at me and threw me the football and said, "It's time to work." I didn't know who he was or nothing.
Oh,
But when I
who
seen
is
him,
this dude? Right.
seen him at lifting,
That's
and I me,
crazy,
I'm a
man.
big lifter. I'm a heavy lifter because like that's just me. So I get to lifting, he right there, and he's sitting in the head coach's office. So I go in there and I'm like, who are you?
Uh-huh.
He like looked me up. So that night I went home, did my
Did your
research on
research? You
him.
say, oh yeah, he's him.
Found out he was really one of them ones.
Swear to God, to the league and all that. That's crazy. Yeah,
To the
Rob was
league and all,
nice,
I didn't
bro.
know nothing
Rob
about
was
him at
nice, bro.
Wisconsin or nothing. So I'm like, okay, he gonna take me in the right direction.
Hmm.
Ever since then, me and him been like, man, I don't need like Tom Brady and Bill Belichick,
Say,
like
swear to God, bro. And that
it
just
was just
speaks to
clicking.
say, like, that speaks to say, I definitely know. Y'all's little first little 0-3 was probably like getting y'all was probably still rattled about that shit. Like, I'm sure of it.
Oh, with him, nah, with Coach Rob, we didn't go 0-3. We went 10-0 out the whole season. We
No, no,
pretty much
not with
took it
Rob.
back.
No, that's what I'm saying. So I was saying like you speaking on that bond, how close y'all, how like y'all started off and how Belichick and Brady. I was saying that speaks to how once he resigned the next year, that like rattled y'all for real. Like that was a little shock for a
Yeah,
little second. Starting off,
and
I
then
feel
us
like that
having new
0-3
players.
start probably had a lot to do with like, okay, hold on, like, and that makes me want to ask this question. So like because after the 0-3, y'all went 7-0, still won the city, all that. Was it a moment in that 0-3, like you being the team captain, or was it you? Was it a coach where y'all like, hey y'all, like y'all came like, let's lock in, bro. We gotta go for it. Like, what was the locker room? What was that talk about? What was that talk sound like when y'all turned it around?
So the talk was so I didn't get to play due to personal issues. I didn't get to play our
Okay,
third week against Bishop Hurley, and my younger guy stepped in for me, and we only lost 6-0 to Bishop Hurley in triple overtime. So that kind of tells us
okay.
right there. With me in the game, not a freshman
Mm,
with 5 interceptions, that tells a lot right there.
that would have
So,
been the over the hump right
yeah,
there.
due to some personal issues, I didn't get to play or whatever the case may be. But that next week going into practice, our mindset was we do not lose another game. And we stood on that. We worked so hard in practice and everything. The seniors came together as a senior group and said we do not lose another game.
That's fire. Y'all
So
stood on that
we
for
went into
sure.
that C League matchup. We went into them C League matchups and we went through the whole city like it was nothing.
Swear. So going further into that year, man, you had, as I said in the intro, you do hold the rushing one game rushing touchdown record, which was in your senior
Yeah,
year, the regional quarterfinal against Worthington Kilbourne. I want to know at what point 350 all
actually,
purpose, 300 all purpose, 350 all purpose yards, 6 touchdowns. I want to know at what point did you know, like, oh yeah, it's gonna be a long night for them boys. Like you knew, like
it's
they
so
can't
crazy.
do it. Like
That's so crazy that you said that because I tied my record that game. I had
okay,
previously broke my junior year against
fire.
Eastmore at
Okay,
the crib. I recently broke it with 6 rushing touchdowns at the crib with Eastmore. So going into that game against Kilbourne our senior year, we had on the wall. We had the game of last year. We lost by 4 points.
that was
So
a
every time we
rematch. That was a rematch.
every time we walk into the locker room and the weight room, all we see is the score everywhere. And personally, for
Mm,
me, they made a personal video. They
mm.
called us the sorry 10-0 team, the worst 2 seed ever.
Oh
So
yeah, it
that
was
we,
it's
we played that
personal
every time. We played that every time. So going into that game, I personally knew if we were gonna win that game, I had to put the team on my back.
for sure. And you definitely did 6 touchdowns, man. That's work, bro. I ain't gonna lie. So you ended your year 1,916 passing yards, 17 touchdowns, 1,071 rushing yards, 23 touchdowns. Um, you said the first game, the first you said so the first record you did set was against Eastmore.
Yeah, Eastmore in my junior year at the
Okay,
crib, I had 6 rushing touchdowns and a passing touchdown.
okay, boom. So another intel. Anybody that's not in Central Ohio, there's a big rivalry in the city. The team he just said against Walnut
Bell
Ridge,
Week.
his team. So speaking on Bell Week, it's a real big rivalry. At what point when you came there did was the coaches, was it your first year when it's like pretty much like every rivalry where like they kind of say like anybody that's new to a school or just like in college or anything, it kind of comes into you like okay, we kind of hate these guys. Like at what point did you
Yeah.
know like okay, this is one of them ones? Because
So
I'm sure Linden, y'all had a rival, y'all got Linden got a rival.
East, East.
East, okay, but I'm not gonna say it's not. Look, I'm not gonna say it. I'm.
It's
This is
not.
a
It's not
North
the Linden.
Sider.
It's not the
This is a North
Linden
Sider.
Eastmore.
It's
I'm gonna
not as
tell you that.
big. It's not as nearly as big as that Bell. Like that's a big
Yeah,
rivalry.
yeah, literally. I think more of the Linden and East kind of rivalry is more on the band side,
Yeah, for sure.
like how you more on the band
Hmm.
side, but the Reds versus Eastmore game. Like when I first got the Reds, I kind of knew about it, but I didn't. So
Okay.
previously, Eastmore didn't had the bell before I got there for like 10 years.
Yeah they had it for a
They had
minute.
it. They had it for quite a long time.
Hmm.
So I get there. We were like 1-7 when playing Eastmore. Eastmore was like 6-2 or 6-3.
They had a little
They were
special
like, or
spot
they
for
was.
the trophy there. It was just there.
So we ended up going into that game, probably one of the worst teams in the city, who was losing to teams we shouldn't have, and Eastmore was probably like the second best team in the city at the
Okay.
time, and we blew them out 44-7. Me and number one had a combined of 6 touchdowns. But between him and
That's
the,
your boy. Y'all
him
grew,
on the
yeah.
ground,
And that's Lee Sean. That's Lee Sean, right?
that's league, yeah, that's league
Yeah.
money.
Yeah. So that's definitely probably that's your favorite. That's been your favorite target for sure throughout the years, growing with him
Oh
for
yeah,
sure.
that's been my favorite target since I got there.
Chemistry
It's like me and
probably
him, like
unsaid. You know where he going to be at on the field. He know
anytime
where
in
you
the game,
going to throw it. Like
anywhere.
off script plays. I'm sure y'all making magic. I saw it. I
Oh
don't
my,
know.
off script plays, we used to turn them into touchdowns.
Swear. Just keep running with
But with
me.
Eastmore, I didn't treat Eastmore more like a rivalry game. I treated Eastmore because I had the bail since I got there. When I got there, I took it
It
back and I
still
kept it
hasn't.
on.
Yeah, I was gonna say it ain't left rich since you came there, man.
And I
That's
just kept
another
it.
accolade in itself.
Mm-hmm. I,
Yeah,
I,
that's
I
crazy.
beat them every year, 3 years in a row, and I beat them by 20 plus every time.
All right.
The game was never close, but I don't see them as a rival. Let me tell you who always been my rivalry
Huh.
personally when I got the Ridge.
Huh.
Afrocentric.
Okay.
Afrocentric. Because it's a little background behind that. I was
Okay.
originally I was originally my freshman year a Nubian.
For real?
And my
Okay. Okay.
stuff happened, transcript and stuff wise, and I ended up transferring to Linden. But I was originally if any point said and done, I would have been a Nubian right now.
Okay. So
So
they
that
thinking
kind of
like, dang, okay. So they kind of salty at you too. Like, okay, we see how good he is. He could have been with us. Like, yeah.
yeah. So us playing them every year, and then me supposed to be on a team, and me learning their playbook and stuff all summer. So me knowing the players and stuff, like we all was close. That kind of was like every year we played them a rivalry, and then you got to think about the two best players was on them teams
hmm I
in
actually
the
saw a
city.
crazy play. I'm pretty sure was that against Evercentric. I saw this play, bro. You did some Lamar Jackson shit. You threw the ball, they swatted
Oh,
it, you caught
yeah,
it, and that was
yeah,
against
that's
them. Yeah,
African.
yeah. I saw
Yeah,
it. I
that's
saw it. I knew that was
African.
against them. I was like, oh my god,
That
bro.
was,
That was crazy.
yep, that was on
Um,
a Saturday.
so out of all your 3 years at Walnut Ridge, what's probably you would say your most memorable moment on the field? Like either memorable game or like crazy play. It could be a play. It could be like a game or anything like that.
Um, the most. Of course. My favorite of all time was the first game I ever got to read sophomore year. Game winner. I jumped over Northland's defender to win the game.
QB
It's on my
draw.
Instagram. I'm gonna have to send it to you. It's on my
Yeah,
Instagram.
nah, they gonna
Jumped
pop it up.
over.
They gonna pop it up right here. It's gonna click in. They just
Yup.
saw it. They saw it. They saw it.
Yep. It was end of the game, first game ever at Ridge, first year starting as a quarterback. Game on the line. I did like a little some little league fake handoff, kept it, and jumped over
Kept
their
it a little
defender for the
QB, little. Oh yeah.
with QB fake, little
So
something easy.
so they knew from the jump. They said, "Oh yeah, dude's about to change us here." They knew.
They said that. And then in basketball, I got there. I was the second leading scorer my sophomore year. I averaged 17 points, and I was like 80% from the 3 point line. I shot over like 200 threes that season. I was more of a shooter that season, so we end up
Sniper.
making it to the district finals. We beat Northland. We beat Grove City. We had a great team that year. I feel like sophomore year was kind of more of my most memorable year because of both sports.
Okay, for sure, for sure. So you got any Are you gonna have a signing day or what you gonna do? So you talking? So right now you got an offer from it's USF, right?
Yep, in Central State.
In Central State. All right. Is it gonna be? Are you going to? Is it gonna be just like a decision you gonna make, or how you gonna do it? You don't know yet.
I don't really know yet. It's kind of decision I'm gonna have to wait and make.
You gotta wait
Kind of
it
been
when
waiting on
all
it.
the dust settle.
Yeah, waiting on a few things to finish up, and I'll be making my commitment soon for sure.
Yeah. Hey, that's crazy because Hardline just went down there. Hey, we
I
gonna
know.
see. It's getting real interesting. It's getting real interesting, for sure.
That's real interesting.
So we gonna close out with a couple pop questions, man. I call them the pop questions. Actually, one of them you already answered. It was gonna be a favorite moment of the season. So we're gonna go to using any current or non-current quarterbacks. What attributes would you say you as a quarterback like you mix with like the mate
Oh,
Deuce?
my favorite player ever. That's why I play like Cam Newton.
I was
Regardless,
just about
I
to
said that.
say, I swear to
I've
God, I was gonna say you like Cam. The physicality,
been watching
the
him since I was
speed.
little.
You know what's crazy? The physicality, the speed you got is so powerful, and it's just like Cam Newton that you forget about the arm talent, bro, and it throws you off, bro, because you
And he
throwing
slang
dots,
it like he
bro.
can throw it.
Your arm talent, nice, bro. I was watching them. I'm gonna clip them, and they'll be in there, bro. Them a 7-on-7 ain't nothing about it. Like that's straight accuracy. So it's like a lot of them 7-on-7 balls you was throwing, a lot of that, like you got arm talent for sure. Your physicality just outdoes it. So it's like you'll forget. But I can see that. Cam for sure. I could definitely see that. Um,
Yeah, Cam.
what would you say your senior year, well, it'd be this year. Who is the funniest player on your team? You had to pick like class, like I wouldn't say class clown, locker room clown, like
Room
funniest player.
clown. I I love him to death. I gotta go Dupree. Dupree was like
Dupree.
he the most.
Okay.
Whenever he touched the room, like he do it. Like he
What
funny.
position did
Like
he
he
play?
that's my running back. He was like my running back. That's number 5.
Okay.
He was my running back slash but it was a competition between him and our number 7, my boy J Deuce. Them two was kind of like the funniest two on
No
our
dull
team.
moments.
But like Dupree really like he too funny. So like you could put it past him.
For sure,
Even
for
with the
sure.
coaches and all, he just funny.
All
So yeah, I'm
right.
about to say Dupree.
Um, and before I do the little closeout that I do, I almost always forgot, and this just shows how much you just got so much going on the offense. You are a defensive player too, though, and you a hell of a defensive player.
Oh
You had
yeah.
a big, what was it? You said you had one of those. You had like a big game, a defensive game this year. You a
Uh, uh, uh,
linebacker,
um,
like a pick. You got a couple pick sixes for two, right?
yeah, I had a fumble recovery for a touchdown. I had a pick that game. I had like
Crazy.
15 tackles, and I had 3 forced fumbles.
Oh my God. What you do on the offensive game that game? You remember?
That was independent. So at least I think I threw like 5 passing touchdowns and rest for like 1.
You talk about taking over a game completely, bro. All right, man. We gonna end it with what is your words of inspiration for any youth football player? There's any youngin out there? Any words of inspiration for the youngins, bro?
Uh, don't let nobody ruin your confidence. Like confidence is key, and always respect your mama. That's number 1.
For
Always.
sure, got to.
Always.
She brung
God,
you in this life. Should take that ass out.
man,
Man, I appreciate you, dudes, man.
no,
This I hope this is a mini, bro. Hopefully we can get another interview, bro. When you start off in college, we gonna follow you. You know, I'm gonna follow you personally, bro.
of course.
I'm a fan
You
of
know,
your
come back
game, bro.
anytime.
I'm gonna bring you back, bro, for sure. Um, I appreciate you, my dog, for sure.
For sure. A duo mixtape coming soon. With me and my interview with me and my twin, number 1.
Oh yeah, for sure. We gonna bring on. That's another yeah.
We're gonna
Y'all
bring
heard
him
it from
in.
that. Y'all heard it from QB1. We are bringing Lee Sean Sanders, commit Central State, his wide receiver 1 at Walnut Ridge. That's gonna be coming here real soon. So y'all stay tuned for that. Um, shit. What else can I say, man? You ain't in the end zone. You in the red zone. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and that's it, man.